Hi everyone, it's Debbie from Dare to Date and I'm a dating coach. Today, I want to talk about how you can overcome shyness and approach anxiety. And I base this on some of my own personal experience. When I tell people that I used to be shy, people can't believe that that would actually have been me. But I remember just wanting to disappear in the background in so many situations rather than being seen. And occasionally when I'm a bit outside of my comfort zone, I can still want to disappear in the background. But the good news, and I know from experience, that being shy is not a personality trait. It's not something that you have and you're stuck with. It's an emotion and something that you can definitely overcome. As a dating coach, I'm always asked how to overcome shyness, and it really is possible. So I want to go through some practical tips today of how you can change that, because I don't care where you meet someone, whether it is online, out and about, at singles events, you've got to be able to be comfortable in your own skin and be able to talk to people. Now, 93% of our first impression is not based on what you say at all. It's on your body language, your tone of voice, your posture, and people will form the impression on that. Only 7% comes from what comes out of your mouth, which is really quite interesting. I mean, people get caught up on what the perfect thing is to say, and I don't think there is any perfect pickup line. It's basically being able to have a conversation with someone, and it's a skill that you can use in every area of your life, and dating is no different. Okay, so we're going to go through some practical tips of how you can do that. Now, the interesting thing about fear is fear and excitement come from the same emotion. One is when you focus on the positive excitement, you have those butterflies in your stomach, same emotion. And look, I don't know about you, but when you meet someone that's hot, it's nice to have that excitement feeling in the pit of your stomach. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, so let's get started. And look, I want to say it really is possible. I've worked with many guys and I've seen them go from not having any success talking to women to, in some cases, becoming complete nightmares because they're too successful with women. Believe me, it is possible, okay? And I've seen it many times. And I know some guys go, oh, look, it's just a myth. There's no way I can do that, but you can. Okay, so let's start by going through some tips. Now, the thing that I found from running singles events for 6 years, it's really interesting to look at what people find attractive and who does really well at events. To some degree, we can pick who's going to do well and who's not going to do well. But without fail, the people that are self-confident do the best. And it's good news for guys, because it's not based on looks or anything else. I can guarantee you that it's not the best looking guy that gets chosen. It's the guy that's the most comfortable in his own skin and who is self-confident. So that means that it's possible for you to be successful, okay? So how do you start by getting confident? I mean, it starts by looking at what you tell yourself in your head, okay? We've all got that internal voice. You might be going up to talk to the girl and in your voice you're saying you're a loser, she doesn't want to talk to me, and being really hard on yourself. Now, you wouldn't say the things to your best friend that you say to yourself. So to start with, start by being aware of your inner self-talk. And any time that you say something negative, imagine a huge cancel stamp cancelling out that thought and replacing it. Like, I'm an awesome guy, why wouldn't someone want to talk to me? The thing with our thoughts is they're yours and you can control them. It's your voice. Watch what it says to you, because it does make all the difference. Now, I want to say, if you believe you can, you're right. And if you believe you can't, you're also right. What we think and what we believe becomes self-fulfilling prophecies. So start by looking at your thoughts, and it might be helpful to have a journal and actually write down and be really aware of what you're saying. Now, the next thing that I want to say is a lot of guys, when it comes to talking to women, feel this need to impress her. So they end up going into a monologue of, everything that's good about them. I earn this much money, I drive this car, I'm this, thinking that's what women want to be impressed. And that couldn't be further from the truth. What we actually want is someone that connects with us, where we're having this conversation back and forwards with the person. And if you practice connecting with people, you will change your results significantly. The thing is that when we're so focused on ourselves, we're more self-conscious. If you start focusing on the other person and, work on being compassionate and thoughts on understanding the other person, your shyness actually disappears. Also, don't compare yourself to other people. Just stop it. You are you. You're the only one you're one of a kind. Embrace who you are and celebrate what's awesome about you. As I said, the confidence is the key, not necessarily looks. So really focus on what's good at you. Look, I was listening to a podcast the other day where, the guy was saying that we virtually all should know what's good about ourselves. If someone was to rock up at your door at 3 o'clock in the morning and asked you what's awesome about yourself, you should be able to answer that. So once you finish watching this video, sit down and write a list of the 10 things that are great about you. Everyone's got something that's amazing about them. And again, what we focus on, we bring more of it about. So, focus on what's good about you. Stop focusing on what you can't do and what's not good. Now, athletes, when they're competing, they all use the tool of visualization. Visualizing winning a race, visualizing being successful. Why do they do this? Because it works. Now, research has proven that our brain doesn't know the difference between actually doing something or picturing doing something. It's the same process that's used. So use that to your own good. Go out, sit there and visualize having a great conversation and connecting with the girl that you want to talk to. Visualize how that feels, make it brighter and bigger, and see yourself doing it. And then when you're actually in that situation, you're going to feel more comfortable because it's not something you haven't been able to achieve before. Okay, so speak clearly and confidently. Don't mumble or look down. Make eye contact with someone. Really makes a difference. Now, we went back to, if you ever have that conversation with people that don't look you in the eye or talk so softly you can't hear them, remember that 93% of how you come across is not based on what you say. Now, when you talk to someone that's not comfortable in your own skin, you feel it, don't you? Like if someone's nervous, you come across a certain way. And if I'm uncomfortable, I'll make you feel uncomfortable. So it's really good to be aware of that. Now, it's a good idea to either video yourself or record yourself talking, just to be aware of how you come across and how you sound. And yes, it's uncomfortable to start with. I mean, no one likes doing a video, do they? But being aware of how you come across, and you can improve. Look, I'm trying to do these videos every week, and my number one goal this particular time is trying not to say so much and being more self-aware of, how you communicate. So the other thing that really does make a difference is your posture. Like, someone that stands up tall and is confident is perceived that way. Now, a great video that I would like you to watch is Amy Cuddy's power poses. Now, there's a lot of research that they've done to say if you stand in a powerful pose for a couple of minutes, you will actually feel more confident. And the neurons and stuff in your brains will actually increase your confidence and how you come across and how you're seen by others. So if your posture isn't so good, practice standing up tall and straight and, looking people in the eye. It makes a huge difference to how you come across. Lastly, no, it's not lastly, practice. So many people put too much pressure on themselves, and I love the saying that expectation is the root of all heartache. So the more expectations you put on something, sorry, I'm lost for words again. Okay, the more pressure you put on yourself, the harder it is. Whereas if I know a lot of the pickup artists, when they go out talking to girls, they will just talk to anyone and everyone and get comfortable doing that. And it really is a skill that you can learn. So I would say practice, practice, practice. One of the tips that they say, expect to be rejected 100 times. It loses its sting. Just get used to talking and connecting with people, and you will improve. I mean, honestly, speed dating and singles events are a great place to come and practice. Whether you meet someone, whether you don't, everyone's there and they want to meet and talk to you. So practice what works and what doesn't work, and you'll refine the skill by being uniquely you, okay? Fake it until you make it. Like, it's not always going to feel comfortable. You're not always going to enjoy it, but like any skill, the more you practice, you become a master at it, okay? And we've got lots of events coming up in the next few weeks. I've got probably 4 events in 2 weeks around the Valentine Day period. So there's plenty of opportunity where you can come and meet awesome singles. And look, guys, I want to tell you that women genuinely want to meet you. And they're just as frustrated as anything else. And a lot of women don't love online as much because they're overwhelmed by contact. They would love a guy to talk to them in the real world. And so you really don't have anything to lose. In fact, by not talking to people, you have more to lose. So I also want to say, look, get rid of the judgment in that space. Stop judging yourself all the time and stop judging other people so harshly. It will really make a difference. Be curious about yourself and people and how you react. Anyway, I hope to see you at some of the events we've got coming up. And, oh look, we are fully booked out for girls for this Friday. So, perfect place if you're between 40 and 52. Make sure you grab your spot. Anyway, been nice chatting to you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.